There's some repugnant shit up in here. It's Entertournament of Champions podcast. Here we are with part 2 of our 1997 movies discussion, where this episode we take all of our favorites from the last episode, put them in a little 16-seated bracket, as you heard at the end of that episode, and have them fight it out peacefully in a very mild-mannered discussion, of course, as we always do. We're never heated, ever. We never disagree. It's going to be very entertaining for everybody to listen. No, I'm just kidding. This is going to be probably the toughest one, honestly. One of the toughest ones. There are a lot of
close calls.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
A lot of we have different nostalgic points.
Yes.
Around this time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how far that takes things.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I don't have any nostalgia for that. You're like, I love that. Like, okay. Yeah.
I'm excited to get into it, man. There's some great sci-fi this year. Like at least 5, yes. I think I counted 5 or 6. At least accounted for in the 16 seeds. And one of them, not one of the sci-fis, but one of the movies in here is not Titanic. Sorry. I feel like we prefaced that at the beginning of the last episode. So just get over it. You know what?
You don't have to say you're sorry. Not a good movie. Sorry. No,
that's totally fair. I get the spectacle of it is only with 45 minutes of the movie, so
yeah, right.
It's just not enough.
They built half a real ship to shoot it. Whatever, fuck off.
Yeah, I know, whatever. Christopher Nolan built a hallway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but his turn. So
Stanley Kubrick built one too. So I mean,
well, Jim
for
Cameron's
2001,
turn just turned over.
What? Turned over?
It's just turned over.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Turned over.
Just turned over.
It just turned over.
Oh, and he just openly said he thought that Wonder Woman was a step backwards for feminism or whatever. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
Really?
Yeah. Oh fuck. What are we doing?
James Cameron said that?
I swear to God, yeah, that's not fake news.
So the same guy that said Terminator Genesis is going to make you shit your pants if you're a fan of the franchise, in a good way. He said it in a good way.
Yeah.
Said that Wonder Woman's a step backward for feminism. I don't believe anything this guy says anymore, at all.
I don't. Yeah, right, exactly.
And he's coming back to the Terminator franchise, and I'm just kind of just go away. Just go do something else with your life.
Go make Aquaman with
Maybe he didn't say feminism, but maybe he said female superhero movie. I don't know. It was a blatant. It seemed like a blatant attack. I'm just like, dude, the waters are too hot for you to be saying shit like that right now.
Luc Besson's been saying some shit lately too.
Yes, he has been.
About Captain America being propaganda and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, you're sounding a little bitter that people didn't go see your movie.
Yeah.
Even though, I enjoyed the spectacle of it that was absent in Titanic, but come on, dude. Stop bad mouthing everybody.
Yeah, your movie didn't do well, and Captain America movies do. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe don't cast fuckfaces as your leads.
Captain America is fighting America mostly in those movies, right?
He is the American regime.
Pretty
what is to come.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Jeff, joined by Kyle and JD. You'll all learn our names because we all go a certain order in the tournament, whatever. And also, you should have listened to the rest of the episodes by this point.
Why jump in on this one if you didn't listen to the first one?
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
Spoilers. In the 1997 video games won, GoldenEye won. Spoilers. Yeah, you deserve that if you hadn't listened to it.
Yeah, you kind of did.
I was going to go back.
No, you weren't.
We have to go
Everyone's
back.
too busy listening to the Joe Rogan experience.
Jesus Christ. All right, so the first matchup we have 16 seed versus number 1 seed, because it's kind of like March Madness that way. We have 16 seed Event Horizon versus number 1 seed Boogie Nights, which was mutually the highest on all of our lists. So starting off is Kyle. Kyle.
I think I put that movie up on this list.
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon,
yes,
yeah.
You did.
But you know what? I'm going to kill that baby because it's Boogie Nights, man. Event Horizon's great, man, but it's going up against the best of this year. We'll see if it ends up being the best, but what is our number 1 seed, so but yeah, it's Boogie Nights easily for me. I like watching Lawrence Fishburne screaming in agony while what's his face rips out his eyeballs. What's his face from Jurassic Park? What is his name?
Sam Neill. Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, it's very interesting that you told me last episode that movie was edited together in 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. Yeah.
What? Yeah. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's got to be Boogie Nights for me.
Okay. I'm next on this one. We kind of swap orders each episode. That's how it works, people. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Boogie Nights 2. I'm going to save a lot of words for that movie for future rounds if I need to. But, yeah, Event Horizon is, it's fine.
It's better than most of his movies.
Yes, absolutely. Like, if I was ranking them, it would be like Mortal Kombat number 1 for me, Event Horizon number 2, and then everything else.
I agree with that.
He doesn't.
Yep.
Doesn't.
That's a good order for that list.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve. The rest of them don't deserve a ranking at all. Like his 1, 2, and then everything else is shit. So
yeah,
that's a bad ratio.
He's a real bad director.
By the way, this is a Paul Anderson versus Paul Anderson round.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How funny.
Polar opposites in filmographies. JD, where would you have voted on this one?
Oh, it would have been Event Horizon for me. Totally.
I knew it.
Fucking knew it.
I just
Goddamn
really wish you guys
contrarian.
had given me a platform to talk about it, but we can't. So I guess I'll just take it like a bitch.
Okay.
We'll just let Boogie Nights go through.
I guess. I mean, it's okay. This dude's got a big penis. Who cares?
Must just be because it's got Burt Reynolds or something.
Oh man, he's great in movies. I heard he's a dick.
He is.
For real. But I don't. What do I know?
I can see that.
Is it him or Sean Connery that advocates for slapping women?
That's Sean
slapping
Connery.
women.
I like a good slap on the face.
A good slap
That's
on
a
the first.
Listen, I don't endorse that, but go watch that video, everybody. Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it's great.
I think it's a Barbara
Funny.
Walters
I don't know
interview
if
too, right?
Yeah, it's Barbara Walters. It's not great. It's funny. It's not great. I don't advocate slapping women. But
That's a great video.
Did they
It's
show
very
her
crazy.
face?
that
when he
guy
said
gets. Oh, it does, and it shows his face too, which is more important because when he asks, "Hey, so I heard you endorse like slapping women," he gives the "I'm about to slap you" look.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Why would you ask me that in the middle of this interview? You know, it's really it's something.
Oh,
And
geez.
then he launches into this whole entire thing of justifying slapping a woman. It is.
Oh, cool.
Like I said,
my
it's
God.
it is not endorsable on our end. We at Entertournament champions do not endorse slapping women, but the video might make you laugh.
It's funny how he's like, pretty much this was around the time he was about to retire, so it's like, yeah, I give him a good slap, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to leave this industry now.
Absolutely. That was totally his send-off. He's like, just fuck this industry. I slap women. Fuck everybody. I come from a different time.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is exactly where I wanted to leave off.
Yeah.
Good
Perfect
road.
career ender.
Exactly.
What a good book.
I want to go out with a whimper.
Nailed it.
Oh God. Anyway, the next matchup is Sean Connery is not in any of these movies, by the way. But it's totally
shucks.
random.
Man, I knew I should have put The Rock on my list. Son of a bitch.
That was
We made
last year,
my
man.
list
Hey, we
last
can
year, yeah.
we can re-debate that since we have a third voice now, and we can see if Scream comes out on top again.
Oh, okay. I
Because
don't
it's a
know. I
new
thought-
podcast, so
That's right. It was Con Air that was this year. That's
yes,
right.
Con Air was this year.
That's the
Did that
one. I
not make
wanted
our
to
list, guys? What did we do?
I
What
don't-
did we do?
I think
I don't
Face
know.
Off
We
went
tried
out
to
in my
put as
head.
many of our top 10 in here as possible, and Con Air didn't make any of our 10, unfortunately.
Did he?
No,
Yeah,
it was an
not-
on men, but
Yeah, it
Face
was.
Off
not.
is better.
It
Face
is
Off
for
is
me
better.
too,
Yeah.
but it would have never made the top 16. Like that's nutty.
It's just impossible with all these titles. The next matchup is a number 9 seed, Donnie Brasco, versus number 8 seed, As Good As It Gets. That's a terrible
All
jacket.
right.
And JD, since you spoke last in the last round, you're first in this one. Good luck.
This
I'm gonna go take a nap.
This is not easy for me.
This is not easy for me
At
at all. This is fucking. These were the closest for me in my top 10, like
Yes.
right next to each other.
These would have been interchangeable for me, but I couldn't put two on my list that I hadn't seen in such a long time.
Right.
And man, watching both was a treat.
Yes.
An absolute treat. I forgot how great Donnie Brasco was.
Same.
But I think I got a little more enjoyment out of watching As Good As It Gets for the first time in the better part of a decade overall. Watching just all the individual characters come together through all their misfortunes and all that stuff was great. Acted the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
All of them.
Every single actor in that was like crucial and absolutely
Everything was
killed
fantastic.
It. Even Skeet Ulrich. What's he doing nowadays?
Yeah, right? Like, what the fuck is that?
Besides killing people in Scream, he went from that to this, robbing a gay artist, which is, I mean, whatever.
right?
Spoilers on
dude,
screen, by the way.
That's true.
Oops.
Man, the dog, just the look on that little dog's face just got me every fucking time. Perfect dog casting.
Yes.
Perfect personality contrast to Jack.
They trained the fuck out of that dog, too. Like,
yeah.
oh
Yeah,
my
they
God.
must have.
I love Greg Kinnear's impression of Jack in the middle of that movie. That was so great.
Very subtle. He just kind of throws it in there, but it's really spot on.
And he does the face, too. Well, here I am.
Here I am. Yeah.
It's so great.
I'm going to go with As Good As It Gets just because I think I had more fun watching it. Like Donnie Brasco, I knew where it was going, and it's kind of bummed out the whole time because I knew where that story ended.
Right.
And you don't feel good. So I'm going to go with As Good As It Gets, man.
Okay, I hear that. Kyle, you're next.
Oh, guys, I did half my homework, and I really apologize for that.
That's okay.
But I got 2 out of 4 movies done, and a lot of these movies were 2.5 hours long, so fuck both of y'all for that.
97 was full of movies that, like, when I was trying to pass just, like, an hour and a half, every time I was scrolling through, like, what I had in my queue, I was like, fuck, I don't... all of these are long.
Yeah,
this
I know.
is ridiculous.
It was really bad because I was like, man, I really sat on this, like, on this homework, and then I was like, but I could get 4 movies done, and then I realized how long they were, and I was like, oh man, I should have checked run times. Fuck. So I can't choose As Good As It Gets, so I'm gonna have to force Jeff's hand here.
Oh, okay, that's okay. I mean, because Donnie Brasco is a fantastic movie. It's fantastic.
May I just say a couple words about Donnie Brasco?
Of course.
The movie holds the fuck up.
Big time.
Yeah, it does.
Big because that movie's...
forget about it.
When did that movie come out? 1997? Is that right? Yeah, that's... I mean, it's old, you know, like, but it feels like it could have been shot yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe with not Johnny Depp, but
it's a timeless story, even though it existed in a certain era. It's a timeless film
really
story.
is.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can release it any decade, any year.
I think it's like really underrated on the list of Al Pacino performances too.
Absolutely, because older Pacino is more thought of as a bumbling and growling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All that stuff. So
Yeah, he's
totally
toned down quite a bit.
yes, yeah, he's more human in this. Yeah,
he really is. Yeah.
Yeah,
even
you see
Johnny
him in like a
Depp,
leisure
too,
suit for like half the movie.
Yeah. This is like the type of gangster. It kind of like destroys, or at least for me, when I saw it the first time, was like my image of gangsters wasn't this. Like they were all kind of dressed comfortably.
Yeah.
Instead of just by default in suits. Don't get me wrong, they suit up occasionally, but I don't know. Whatever. That was just an interesting thing. Anyway, Johnny Depp is toned down too from what he is now, I guess.
True.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
you can barely
so
even recognize him.
both of them just absolutely kill it. I'm gonna have to go for the reasons that JD said. Actually, I'm gonna have to go with As Good As It Gets.
Nice.
It's just got more of a rewatchability factor. Like Donnie Brasco, kind of gets darker and darker as it goes along because Johnny Depp is like he's losing himself. Donnie, whatever his real name is, keeps losing himself further and further as he stays in undercover and his whatever mission you want to call it. And so As Good As It Gets kind of has more of like an upward trajectory in terms of, I don't know, it's kind of happier a little bit.
Sure.
Even though there's there's F-bombs and shit. They say fucked up, like Jack Nicholson especially says a lot of fucked up stuff.
Oh God.
Like a lot. Like there's a Jewish couple at his table and he's just throwing like anti-Semitic shit at them to get them to leave.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's
And
wrong.
that's in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is happening.
It's so fucked up.
What a time.
Good. It's good. I mean, it's as good. It's as good as it gets.
Oh my! I get it now. All right.
That's why it's called that, because the director was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is as good as it gets. We're wrapped. Wrap production. I'm just kidding. No, it's a really good movie. I wish TBS played it as much as they used to for a few years there, because it was like every time it was on, I would stop and watch it.
Yeah.
It's great. And this is like peak Helen Hunt for me.
Yeah,
I loved
that
her recently in
Twister.
the Sessions, but this one was like when she just left TV, did Twister, and then did this.
Dude.
Yeah, she's great.
Twister.
She's
Cow.
really great in this.
Another cow.
Another cow.
The cow's the same one.
Yeah, he's like, I
Jesus.
think it was the same cow.
Twister did make our top
Thanks.
16, I think, when Kyle
It
and I
did,
did it,
yeah.
because we were like, that's a good blockbuster, even though it's stupid.
That's
it's just
a
a
Yeah,
great
good
it's
one.
blockbuster movie.
ridiculous, but
Remember when the Twister comes through The Shining? like drive through. Yeah, good
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
It's like
right.
hacking. He's like hacking down the door, and then like that's good. It's
I
good.
have
It's a good
I've
movie.
never been in a drive-through theater because of that shit. It terrified me.
Yeah, we to this day we still hear about wild twisters ripping through drive-in theaters. All those
All
drive-in
the time.
theaters out there.
All the time. There's an
All the
affliction.
time.
I would love to go to a drive-in theater, but tornadoes. As good as it gets moves on, and it's going to be a very challenging round in the quarterfinals there. The next matchup, we have number 13 seed, Contact. We have to go back. I don't know why I said that.
Go back.
I don't know why I mixed Lost in there. I meant to do wrong Matthew. I meant to do Matthew McConaughey, not Matthew Fox. Contact. We're just gonna put on our headphones real quick. All right. Number 13 seed Contact versus number 4 seed LA Confidential. And oh shit, I had to go. I go first on this one. This one's really tough for me. Contact was JD. You didn't have it in your list, right?
I didn't, but if I'd rewatched it recently, it probably would have cracked the top 10 because I liked it a lot.
Yeah, man, it's really good. But I mean, LA Confidential. I mean, it's higher for me personally, but like, Contact is a little high on my list too. Like it's 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. High. It would probably be in my top 10 for underrated sci-fi too, because people just don't. I don't think people discuss this movie ever. It's just kind of like one of those Jodie Foster movies in the 90s.
Yep.
Do what, Kyle?
And South Park hates it, so you know.
Oh, how do I not remember that?
Mr. Garrison like is making fun of it. He's
like,
yeah.
Wow, I
don't
totally
remember that at all.
That.
That's a deep cut from Mr. Garrison.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he spoils the ending too, which is why I've never watched. Which is why I never watched the movie. I was like, yeah, okay, I get.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
I think the ending played out as I don't know, not realistic is the wrong word. Practically, I guess. Like in terms of how aliens would, if they did exist, how they would probably want to show themselves to us, I guess. And Carl Sagan wrote it that way on purpose. It wasn't like, let's not make them cartoons. You know, let's make them actually. I mean, if they're that intelligent to reach out to us across galaxies through audio waves, they're not just going to be derpy and have dumb eyes and stuff.
And that machine that they use in that movie, like there's schematics for that machine like all over the web or whatever. Like get your tinfoil hats out for that stuff. But like
I know,
that
right?
machine.
Carl Sagan knew what the fuck was up when he wrote the book.
Could exist somewhere in some bunker, you know. So
the tragedy.
If only we had some crazy old guy in a space station to point it out to us.
Yeah, right.
The tragedy behind the release of the movie is that Carl Sagan died right before it came out. I don't even know if he saw a final cut, honestly.
Oh, weird. You know what? I totally remember hearing about that now.
Yeah.
Like you totally brought up a weird memory where I just remember hearing that in the news or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because it was that year. It was this year or months before Contact, I think, it came out. Anyway, I'm going to go with LA Confidential because it's just... there's some supreme filmmaking in there, and Contact might be a little on the nose sometimes with the dialogue, but LA Confidential is just... That's just everything I love about a movie wrapped in one, you know, in terms of cinematography, acting especially, writing, and I love the genre so much. And I know I'm making it sound super subjective, but seriously, LA Confidential is just a better movie overall.
Yeah.
So JD is next.
Man, I really liked Contact. Really liked it. That ending speaks on the same kind of note on a smaller scale, I think, as Interstellar, like the making that whole reveal personal to the person who's discovering it aspect. Because the Tesseract is the books, so he would recognize it, know exactly where to go, blah, 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 whatever. Right. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen that.
Oh my God. Yeah, what's wrong with you, by the way?
Seriously. Did think it was really cool to see that McConaughey juxtaposition playing so firm, that man of faith.
Yeah.
It's and that does show the climate of the time. They didn't let her go because she didn't believe in God, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people at the time, haven't really hashed out those feelings if you sat somewhere in the fence. You just never talked about that shit.
They wouldn't give a shit about that now, to be honest. 20 years later, I feel like there has been progress.
It's common to not have religion,
because you want to be objective and open-minded. You don't want to approach something like that. You're going into a box. You don't want to already be in a box when you drop down through this thing. So
that's not what science is about.
Wrong.
God made stars.
Had to have. But yeah, dude, LA Confidential, aesthetically, I love that decade, that time period.
Exactly.
It's such a fantastic movie, and as good as Contact is, man, it's going to be LA for me.
All right,
So.
Kyle. Kyle, I mean, your vote doesn't matter, but where would you have voted on this one?
I'm glad we're getting it out of the way because Contact is the other movie I didn't see.
Oh,
Thus outing me of my 2 movies that I have holes on. So it would have been LA Confidential for me,
now, yeah.
but I still want to see Contact though. You know, like you got me at underrated sci-fi. Like that's where you have me. That's all I need here.
That and Gattaca, like 2 underrated sci-fi movies in 1 year.
Wow. Yeah. I may have watched that. You know, and I had to pick one 2.5-hour movie over the other, and I may have picked one that rhymes with Smack Me Down.
I got that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Smack me down.
Smack Me Down.
I don't get it. Anyway, so we're moving on. The next round, long pause, I don't get it.
I don't get it. What are you, a robot?
So the next round we have number 12 seed Face Off versus number 5 seed fitting Fifth Element.
Oh wow, this is a very fitting fight.
It's a good matchup because they're very similar, kind of, not really.
Totally.
Yeah, and like cheesy like entertainmentness. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in terms of blockbusters, these are like some of the biggest ones from that. I mean, Fifth Element grossed insane amounts of money. Face Off, I think, was a big hit at the box office too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember.
So this is great.
I saw it like 3 times in theaters, so I know that accounted for something.
Right. Specifically, your doll. I can see your dollars in the numbers.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it says Kyle's money. There's like a carrot pointing to the Kyle's money. Anyway, Kyle, you actually go first on this one.
Ooh, yikes. Man.
Oh boy.
I really like Face Off. Man, some good shooting. Good quoting, just a good old John Woo flick, and again, his last good flick, I would say. But Fifth Element was my number 1. I love that movie. That movie is like just speaks to me on strange levels. It's sci-fi. It's weird. It's one and done. They didn't try and like saturate it out with all this like horseshit sequels and all that. And it's a fun rewatch. And it's just star-studded. Like all those people are places now. It's just crazy. And I really like that movie, so I'd probably have to go Fifth Element, even though I would have liked to see Face Off, not get knocked out in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been dope, but it's a loaded year. Oh, I'm next, so here we go. I think, personally, Face Off made my list. It was my number 10. I think that Face Off holds up better than Fifth Element, honestly.
Really?
In terms of even though the story's fucking asinine. Anyway,
they're both so cheesy.
They are, but I don't know. Less things made me go, huh? In Face Off than Fifth Element. But Fifth Element for its time, and because of the visuals that we had just never seen before by that point, I'm gonna vote for that. I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer, honestly, at this point. It was more revolutionary, I think, for filmmaking, and that was exactly what Luc Besson set out to do. And he totally accomplished it.
Remember when he tried to do that again this year and didn't? That was fun.
Remember that? Remember when he casted way less charismatic people and tried to do a very similar...
Why did he get cardboard box characters to to be in this movie?
Literally could have cast cardboard cutouts of anybody he wanted to cast in their place.
Valyrian?
And then have the new shitty voiceovers. Anyway, that's where my vote is going, Fifth Element. It is a very enjoyable watch, of course. It was an honorable mention for me. JD, where would you have voted on this round? I'm curious.
Man, I did rewatch Face Off for the first time in forever. Enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think that from a legacy standpoint and from viewing how I probably reacted to it at the time, it would be Fifth Element as well.
Okay.
I think other people down the road have tried to make other movies like Fifth Element, where I don't think anybody saw Face Off and drew inspiration to make their movie.
Yeah, right. And people still
it's so ridiculous.
People still use Fifth Element as the bar too. Like that's still the bar for sci-fi movies that aren't called Star Wars.
So totally.
It's like even when Jupiter Ascending was coming out, people were like, "Oh, this was got like Fifth Element vibes and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Wachowski, this is gonna be great." No,
nope. But man, the one-liners, dude, I have had that Travolta "what a predicament" line in my head for years.
What a
could not figure out what fucking movie that was from. So glad I
you're like watching it, and you're like, aha,
yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Amazing.
All right. So Fifth Element moves on. The next round is very interesting. This is movies that are about pretty much. People. The names are in the titles, is what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought for a second. Anyway, 15 seed Austin Powers, baby. Versus number 2 seed Yaki. I believe it's Yaki Brown. A soft J.
It's
Brown?
a soft J.
Yes, soft J. Yes.
Number 2 seed Jackie Brown. So this one is JD first.
Oh man, I wonder where I'm going to go with this one.
I don't know. I have no idea. Jackie Brown wasn't your number 1 or anything.
No, it wasn't my number 1 or any of that shit. Man, this is just not fair because Austin Powers deserves so much more than just a quick nope, get the fuck out. But yeah, it's Jackie Brown for me. God, I love Austin Powers so much though. Oh well, sorry, Jackie Brown. I'm gonna save more for later.
Fake hesitation.
You're gonna have to, yeah.
I love the shit out of Austin Powers too. Kyle's next.
Austin Powers is funny today. Like if you have a younger sibling or cousin or whatever who's never seen that movie, and you're like, and it's like they're age appropriate or whatever, show them this movie and they're gonna fucking laugh their ass off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very quotable movie, very very fun movie. It's like satire at its best, like at its absolute best. And Mike Myers, like that's what we all want. But we're never going to get that again, so sorry. But I just got done watching...
Ship has sailed.
Sorry. Definitely. Seth Green's like, no, I got Robot Chicken money. Fuck off. I just got done watching Yaki Brown about, an hour and a half ago. And it was great. It was a very great experience, and I was so annoyed that I had to watch it in parts or whatever. I would have loved
that music, right?
Oh, it's so good. In fact, it's so good, I thought the movie was taking place in a different era. But it's not.
Right?
It's taking place in the 90s. And I didn't notice that until Sam Jackson pulled out a cell phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
I kind of forgot that too, actually, yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a reveal, but it was for me. I don't know why that was such a big thing for me. But I'm like, man, this movie is so timeless. It's so crazy.
It felt straight out of the 70s, even though... the way it was filmed and everything, it doesn't feel dated.
That's how I thought. It was trying to take place in. But yes, I have many things I want to say about that movie, but I'm going to save it because it's got a long road ahead of it.
Well, my vote doesn't matter, but it would have gone towards the one with the P joke in it. So
Ooh.
that's my bar. That's
nice.
how I measure where I'm going to vote. Which one had the P joke in it?
Evacuation. Come. Without the
How
P
do I
sound,
tell
it
them
just
that
sounds like we're
because of
saying, "Come
because of the freezing process, I have no inner monologue. All right, Jackie Brown. I would have voted for that easily. That's a higher one for me in my top 10 as well. I think that's 3 for me because that movie's just really good and like we were saying all the last episode. And we'll probably say throughout this episode, one of the most underappreciated, certainly, Tarantino movies, because people kind of gravitate towards the blockbuster-ish ones like Inglourious Bastards and Django especially. Like, that one gets, for me, I think, a little bit too much credit. In my opinion, let's settle down with Django, okay? It's good, but, if we're comparing it to this, especially, I don't know, I think this one's better. Anyway. That's a different discussion. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next round. Number 10 seed, Scream 2, Scream Harder, versus number 7 seed, Starship Troopers.
Cool.
I'd
like to know more about this round, so I'm going to go first, actually.
Why wouldn't they call the movie Screams and have the S be at 2?
Oh,
that's
man.
Missed opportunity, guys.
That is an oversight.
You're leaving a lot of money on the table. You know? And then you can do Screams, and then the S is a 3 at the end. You see what I'm doing here? Anyways, go ahead.
It's like Transformers without the 4 in the fucking...
It's exactly like that. Every single time they just use the same letter in the middle to just be the number. It's like, that's not even what that letter looks like.
I'm first on this one, and this is actually really challenging for me. These are both honorable mentions for me. Very strong honorable mentions for me. Like, the Scream 2, so a lot of people argue, is... at the time, at least, I think people argue that it was better than the original.
I'd argue it. I don't know if I'd agree with myself, but I'd argue it.
I don't agree with me, but I say it's better.
I don't. I'd have to convince myself. I really wouldn't know which one I like better. I'd have to watch them back to back, to be honest.
I did, and I like Scream more. I don't know, it just felt more. I mean, I transport my mind back to that era, and it just felt more fresh. You know what I mean? The entire. This was not even like a year later. They greenlit a sequel before Scream came out, so like this was literally a year later. We got a sequel.
See,
about
and
dude
like
stabbing people.
And as a kid, that's like an eternity, you know?
Yeah, that's
Scream
true.
comes out, and then like 14 years go by in kid time, and then Scream 2 comes out, and you're like, oh, wow. But yeah, that's crazy. If you were a little older, you know, it would maybe felt saturated a little bit. But people liked it at the time.
Yeah. I love Starship Troopers great, too. God damn it. These are like these movies to me are on par with each other, in all honesty. Because they both have the same...
That's a great matchup.
They both have like the same kind of silly elements that I'm trying to like argue against or for one of these. Like shit. I guess the only thing in my brain working against Starship Troopers is it might be a little bit on the long side, but Scream 2, I don't know, it's more compact. And fuck me. I guess I'm gonna go with Scream 2. I don't care.
Okay.
I give up.
What?
I give up. Starship Troopers is fucking great though. It's so worth a rewatch, and it holds up out the rectum.
It has
big
no
time.
right holding up as good as it
No.
does.
It should be a pile of shit, especially because of the premise. And it's not, you know what I mean? Like, in 97, that premise, like, tackling that material, that's just... it should have been a pile of garbage. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to go with Scream 2. I don't know. I watched that one... I watched the Scream trilogy, like, I remember when the third one dropped. I watched that, like, the trilogy. Like, I would just have weekends where I'd watch that over and over again. I don't know. The fourth one I watched once, and I'm good never watching that again.
That's kind of how I feel, but I like that movie, but I'm like, like is a strong word. I got what it was trying to do or whatever with its like meta-ness, but like, I was one and done with that movie. But it was by no means I was like, oh, that was a waste of 2 hours.
Right?
Yeah.
I like Scream 2, though, a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but I like it a lot and a little bit more than Starship. So, JD, you're next on this round.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm very partial to Scream. I loved them when I was growing up, a youngling, watching movies. But Starship Troopers was fucking great for me. Rewatching this. I had so much fun watching that movie. Like, I was just... I don't know. Scream 2 is not one that I got to revisit before this podcast, so shame on me for not getting that recency
Shame.
in there, but shame.
Shame.
Confess. Shame. It's like, bitches, give me some water and stop hitting me with the spoon. Stop it! I'm gonna put this one on Kyle, man. I'm going Starship Troopers.
Okay.
I'm so happy
Because if length bothered me, Boogie Nights wouldn't be in this. Yeah, I get it, because it's a big dick.
Oh, I got it. I was there.
Poor. Wrong.
It's just a dick joke.
I'm going to need a lot of jokes explained to me this episode.
Yeah. Can you walk me through that real quick? What is it? It's me then?
Yeah, it's you.
I had toys of Starship Troopers.
Ooh.
Like
really?
All of them. Every single one of them. Lots and lots of toys for Starship Troopers. I had T-shirts and hats. Love this movie. I had none of that. I had none of that shit for Scream 2.
That's
That's a franchise that you'd have action figures of and stuff like that. You know, but like that movie transcended its medium for me, where I was in my room, like, you know, playing with toys and stuff like that. You know, like with you know, but the bugs are breaking in. You know, all that stupid shit. So. Yeah, man, it's Starship Troopers for me, like big time.
Cool.
I love that movie. I'm gonna make sure it beats Jackie Brown next.
Don't you fucking do it!
Why would I do that?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm putting my foot down, guys.
All right, so I guess whatever. Starship Troopers was on. Fuck that movie now. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck that movie. I changed my tune. It's not watchable at all. Fuck that fucking movie. No, I'm kidding.
CG doesn't hold up. Yeah.
Okay, so the next round it's interesting. These movies have no right to face it. It's one of those rounds, you know. Where it's
No,
why
not at
the
all.
fuck are these facing each other? Number 14 seed, Lost World, Jurassic Park versus number 3 seed Chasing Amy. Both include lesbians in it, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Chasing Amy, she's bisexual. Sorry, she's not a lesbian in that movie.
Well, she does identify as a lesbian.
Hey,
In the beginning, but before that, I mean, she's experimental, sexually experimental. She's bisexual. She's totally bisexual. She just held this image of like being a lesbian because she had already experienced dudes as much as she could, like she said when she was fighting with the fuckboy. Anyway,
fuckboy.
in this matchup, Kyle is first.
Oh, that became unfunny all of a sudden. Listen, Lost World is great. I like it better than the first one. You can see a lot more stuff going on. You don't have all these fences, like, keeping things away from each other. It's just like fucking a dino fuckfest, you know? It's crazy. But, Chasing Amy is smart. I think it's the smartest movie that Kevin Smith has done, and it's probably my favorite movie that he's done.
Same here.
It's just got a lot of heart, you know, and it's very... I mean, maybe not everyone's going to relate to it, but you're going to relate to parts of it, you know? Like, it's slice of life enough where, like, you're along for the journey and it's not completely unrelatable. It's not an inhuman story, you know? I don't know. I really like Chasing Amy. And you get to see Silent Bob have a whole monologue about why the movie's named the way it is.
Great stuff.
It's good. Yeah, it's a really good story. So, yeah, Chasing Amy for me.
Woo! All right. Oh, shit, I'm next. Yeah, I mean... I kind of made it known how much I connect with Chasing Amy. Not in terms of like, oh yeah, I dated somebody that used to be into chicks big time. That's not the part I identify with. I
Turn that shit around.
I would identify with being as dumb as Holden is his name, right? Holden?
Yeah.
Holden, last name at least?
McNeil. Yeah.
That's his first name? Jesus. That's
Holden McNeil. Yeah.
Holden McGavin.
McGavin?
Holden McGroin.
That would be... Is that like Dirk Diggler's like rival that comes up? Like Holden McGroin?
No, his... wasn't there somebody that came up that was like, hey, I'm the new guy or whatever? And
yeah,
his
but
name
I
was,
think
like, something good.
He was cast as like young boy or something or some shit. I don't know.
What?
Anyway, I'm going to go Chasing Amy. The dialogue just... Man. Typey McGee over there. The dialogue... Sorry. The dialogue is just fucking like magnetic as shit. I cannot turn away from the movie as soon as I start it because it's just so rich. Oh,
Kevin Smith's like the best like dialogue guy in the game. You know, like he's Tarantino levels of just organic dialogue. But when you're watching these people talk, you're like, they're having a real conversation right now, and they're not memorizing.
Yeah. Totally.
And I feel like I'm just sitting there as an onlooker. Literally just hanging out with them.
Absolutely, and they're using like real ways that people talk, not like action movie. You know what I mean? It's not like they talk like fake people or actors or movie stars. They're talking just like you and I are talking right now. The three of us are talking right now. So it's cool. He's the best at that.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of talent hidden under all the fart jokes and penis jokes and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Like this was probably the most toned down version of Jay and Silent Bob. Like. He came in and made his little queef jokes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he did.
It's not even fart jokes, it's queef jokes. That's what he goes for. Yeah. He got some in there, you know what I mean? But it was the point of their visit was more for Silent Bob to tell his story and relate it to Holden's. And that's such a great scene. God damn it.
It's so good.
Anyway, JD, you're kind of obsolete in this one.
Kind of.
But, where would you have voted regardless?
Oh, it's probably the one with dinosaurs. So I'm really disappointed right now. Not the one with great characters who I love at all. Not that one.
Not enough dinosaurs. 2 out of 10.
No.
So dinosaurs is the way you measure movies. The way I measure it with pee jokes.
Yeah. Essentially. I mean, this one didn't even have a Jay and Silent Bob abortion clinic joke. I mean, God, just lacking.
Just why even make it?
Why?
The next one is the last matchup in the round, the first round. This is 2 sci-fi movies, both smart in their own ways. Some of them are one of them's going for the joke big time. Anyway, number 11 seed is Men in Black, which was like outside. I think it was like highest grossing, right underneath Titanic. I think it was a giant movie. Versus not a giant movie. Number 6 seed Gattaca. Well, shit. I'm last on this round. JD, you're first.
Man, give keep going first on a lot of these ones I'm really split on. I don't like this. No, I'm kidding. It's as much as I appreciate Men in Black and Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones and everything that they did in that movie and the song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that song, epic
It's
shit.
the MIB.
Yeah. Gattaca is truly one of the most underrated, untalked about sci-fi movies ever, and it's it is a thinker, and like we said in the previous episode, I mean, that thing could have been made today and it would still be relevant.
Right.
That story, that idea behind it is very, very interesting to start pondering on and where we're at right now. So if you're willing to watch a thinker as opposed to just a kind of mindless, goofy buddy comedy, no, it's not really mindless. It's got some heart. Lots of heart.
Yeah, it's got a lot of heart, yeah.
So, yeah.
It certainly makes you think about secret government operations.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and how many times we've been flashed?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, how many times, you know?
Oh,
Exactly.
with the thing that
Yeah.
makes you forget.
Yeah.
I thought you meant, like,
exactly.
okay.
Not by breast, yes, by...
Not Boogie Nights. That's the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. I'm going to go Gattaca because as an adult, that movie is just far and away the one that I would probably come back to and watch on a regular basis. Men in Black, I don't really need to rewatch that. I know everything. I'm good.
Gattaca! All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Kyle's next in this one.
I just watched this movie last night, and boy, howdy, did I enjoy it. I really like this movie. It's really good. I did find it a little silly that like his face was plastered everywhere, and no one noticed it was him. And that the photo was so low res for such a futuristic time. But you know what? You gotta just give way to shit like that sometimes, because there's actually a really smart and really compelling story going on in there, and it is like the ending is really good, and like there's a lot of stuff going on that's like has deeper meaning, than just the story of this guy assuming the life of some other guy. It's cool, and I like the whole world that they set up, and man, the lingo in this movie is just off the charts. I love like where they just create words for stuff, or, terms and stuff like that. It's really, really, really cool. There's a lot of clever stuff going on in this movie. So it's got to be that for me. I like Men in Black just fine. We all like Men in Black. We're 90s kids,
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
No one's gonna like throw a Hail Mary all of a sudden and be like, fuck Men in Black, We all like it, but
I mean,
Gattaca.
12-year-old us probably would have gone for Men in Black in this matchup because we'd be like, Gattaca,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
I don't know. It was really
I was
boring.
honestly,
and they were just talking the entire time.
Yeah.
This is I didn't realize I would be last in this round. I put the most thought into this round going into this session because like I was trying to argue my way out of voting for Men in Black because objectively speaking, like it was such a giant movie in '97.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
And
true.
I don't know, it just
Truly.
offered a lot of new, fresh ideas, and the humor was kind of mainstream, but sometimes there was a lot of humor in what was weird about the movie. I don't know, I just thought that movie was super creative on a whole other fucking level, like,
Really
and
is.
it was good for sci-fi, I think. Gattaca, like, I mean, in terms of like favorites, that was like my number 4. That's movie's goddamn gorgeous. That's where I would have voted if my vote mattered. Anyway, we're going to the quarterfinals now.
Here we are.
Top 4 matchups.
We're
All right,
there.
here we go. No, oh shit, I'm first in this one. Gotta go, guys. See you later. No, As Good as It Gets versus Boogie Nights. One's about a dick, and the other
They're both
one,
about
the other
dicks.
one stars Mark Wahlberg. All right, so see what I did there. Anyway, I think this is kind of again a little obvious. I think like Good as It Gets was bottom 5 for me, and Boogie Nights was number 1. It's just a more masterfully made movie that really captured the essence of that era and how free spirited everybody was or whatever. How open everybody was sexually and stuff like that. Up until cocaine was introduced to everybody's lives and ruined fucking everything. But
Everything.
still, literally fucking everything. Like Roller Girl and what's her name? Julianne Moore's character.
Julianne Moore, yeah.
They're like doing cocaine, like talking about their problems with each other, and
Yeah.
That's
You're my
like
mom.
that's like going out for coffee. Apparently, like in the '80s, that's fucking crazy. I love Boogie Nights. So I love As Good as It Gets too. That's the one that I mean, both of these, honestly, if they were both on TV, I'd probably like find a way to DVR one and go back and watch it between the commercials of another. You know what I mean? So, I love As Good as It Gets too, but Boogie Nights for me by like a few inches. Not a get it. Euphemisms. We should do more of them. So JD is next on this one.
Oh yeah, That's I agree with everything you said. Boogie Nights.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. That's iconic. As I think a little bit more of a iconography from a decade standpoint. Like exactly when that movie takes place. As good as it gets. That's a story that could be told in many different periods of time.
Right.
I think. But as much as I appreciate the humor and especially the acting, I think the acting is equally good in Boogie Nights for what it is. You care about all these people. You really do. Mm-hmm. And that's. I'm gonna save more ammo for that for later. But Boogie Nights,
we're gonna
slide right in there.
Some
Boogie
people
Nights.
Fighting for it.
Slide right in there.
Kyle, would you have? I assume you would have gone Boogie Nights.
Would I had to have? Yeah, my hands are all tied. So Boogie Nights.
Because that was as good as it got for you was I don't want whatever puns.
Yeah, I was trying to say I was trying to come up with something, but I'm not clever enough on the fly. So
on the fly, there you go. You did it intentionally.
The next matchup is a heartbreaker. It's The Fifth Element versus L.A. Confidential.
Ooh.
I think we can go fuck ourselves with this matchup, that's for sure. I knew we would get something like this in this tournament, and it made me dread doing it. Anyway, Kyle's first in this one, thank God.
Wow, God damn it. What the fuck? You know what? I've watched Fifth Element yearly, maybe a couple times a year. I like that movie quite a bit. I have not gone back to LA Confidential many times, it's very sparingly. But we're being objective here, We're trying to be objective. And I think that in terms of oh man, I was trying to be objective and be like, I think, whatchamacallit is the better movie, LA Confidential, because of the way that it's shot and just the way that the acting and everything like that. But also The Fifth Element is really revolutionary in the things that it brought and how it was shot. And it's shot completely different. What are these movies doing against each other? Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I'm gonna... Oh, Jesus Christ. Just for the sake of speeding things along, I think I'm gonna have to go LA Confidential, even though I ranked Fifth Element higher.
Whoa.
Reason being, I think LA Confidential now, whereas I don't know. Fifth Element has always been the bar, as we were talking about. People are like, oh, we're going to try and, we want to make the new sci-fi thing, which is, Fifth Element kind of nailed that or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I don't think you're going to be teaching film in school or in classes and using that as a movie to teach film. You know what I mean? Whereas LA Confidential, the exact opposite. You would be seeing that in a film school and studying stuff like that to try and break down different styles and what exactly it is to do a period piece like that and everything. So I think it's just the more smarter movie, the more, appropriate movie to move forward for me. So, yeah, I'm going to go LA Confidential.
I see. I can be a real dick in this round. I did it the last time during the 97 video game, so I'm gonna go with Fifth Element.
Just for shits and grins.
No, Kyle made very great points towards Fifth Element, and I don't know, LA Confidential. There's something about it, the rewatchability isn't as present as it is for Fifth Element, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The visuals are always going to be remembered for Fifth Element, whereas LA Confidential, you're going to remember more specific things, like the story telling, maybe, some of the dialogue, the characters for sure, costume design, production design.
Set design.
Yeah, I don't really think, the way that it was directed was, there's some great cinematography in there, but we're talking about, Fifth Element, it's how the fuck did he direct that movie? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I am going to pick Fifth Element, and I do feel it's justified. I'm not literally... I am a little bit trying to get JD to decide it, but also it makes sense to me. Even though it wasn't in my list at all, it just makes sense.
Okay.
Made a lot of fucking money. It was a very successful movie. Anyway, JD is the deciding vote on this one.
All right.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Shame on both of you.
Yeah.
No, this is a very close one in my head, and I'm going to use very simple logic to find out where I'm going to land in this coin flip of a decision. I am super partial to period pieces that are executed perfectly.
Yeah.
And I love sci-fi like anybody else, and I do believe that the aesthetic of that movie is has been tried over and over again over the years, and very few people really nail it. And that world was told very well for its time. But dude, LA Confidential for me.
Right.
I love a good 50s, 60s noir crime movie, especially one where it's like the uncovering of the mastermind within the structure that's trying to bring it down. Like I love stories like that.
Yeah.
And dude, the
conspiracy
Yeah.
crime stories. Yeah.
exactly. And because I don't know what it is, it's like the visuals distract me from trying to unravel the plot so much. Like I just let it happen because I'm so busy watching just all the little details going on in the background. And that's what happened in this rewatch. Like even though I think the plot is, I don't think it's forecasted a whole lot. I mean, you can kind of guess it if you've seen stories like this before. You can see where it's going, but I wasn't even worried about that at all. I was just taking it all in visually. Everything is gorgeous. So LA comp for me. Put it through.
Right. All right. I can jive with that.
We're all
It's not a
right
thing,
in this
right?
round. We are all right in this round.
We are all right the entire bracket.
I should have
That's
gone
true.
with Fifth Element.
That's
I hate
true.
myself.
Because you didn't know I was going to do it. That's the joy of doing this bracket and
Aha! Gotcha,
not
bitch!
tipping our hands to each other.
Yeah. We don't go over. This is happening live. You know, like I don't know
Right.
what Jeff is picking until he says it. So
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
talk
that's the
ourselves
thing. We
into
try
our
to not
decisions
tell-
all the
I
time.
know I talk myself out of the stuff I really want to choose, and then like I make really good points, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go with the one that I'm talking myself into right now instead of the one I really want to choose.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the next matchup in the quarterfinals is Starship Troopers versus the very similarly shot and executed Jackie Brown.
Yaki.
Lots of bugs in both of these movies.
There
Lots
are.
of bugs. Lots of bugs.
Man.
I like how you said it so convinced. Wow, yeah, they're. Oh my god, I never.
Yeah, you know, I never put that together. Yeah.
This round I lost track. JD's first.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Man, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I will say this: those Starship Troopers would have been lucky as shit to have a baller like De Niro on their side. Those
Oh, yeah,
fucking
right.
loud-ass annoying bugs. He'd have taken them
man,
fucking
he
bitches
would've-
out in the parking lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck them bugs.
You could have just smacked her. Yeah.
It's like there's a level you could have gone to before you went to that. And he's so reserved and calm the entire
He
movie. Just
is.
kind of like along for the ride. Just okay. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Yeah. And then that shit happens. It's great.
Oh man.
It's great. Yeah, it's gonna be Yaked Broen for me. It's a good one.
The way you
It's a
said
good
that
one.
was racist. So the
Bro-en.
next person to go is Kyle. I don't know. I just want to accuse people of being racist whenever I can.
Wrong. Look, there were missteps on both sides.
Listen, the only good bug's a dead bug, but
It's
we're
true.
gonna have to kill this bug and go with Jackie Brown.
Beautiful.
Because it's just a better movie, man. I mean, it's just a better movie. I love
But
Starship
it's
Troopers.
so
It's a-
boring, though.
Oh, it's not. It doesn't go anywhere. I fall asleep while
Ugh.
watching it. Yeah, you
It's
know
an
what? Movies.
adaptation.
I don't have to tell you. Oh, I know. What was that about?
It's like, since when does that make it not a good movie?
yeah. I think that's okay.
I mean, that's an argument if you're ranking Tarantino movies and you want to use that as a knock, like it's not original, fine. But when you're just
Yeah.
viewing it as a film, I mean, who fucking cares?
And adaptations are hard.
Yeah.
In
Dude,
fact,
they
you know,
fucking are.
to get
Yep.
it right, you know, like that's hard. So, you know, this is
I
a really
honestly can't think of one bad, atrociously bad Elmore Leonard adaptation. In all honesty, like Out of Sight was a year after this, and that's like
yeah.
one of my favorite '90s movies ever. Like, period.
Yeah.
It's just so goddamn good. Have you guys seen it?
I haven't. No.
Oh
Man,
my
I
god,
think I've seen it once.
it's so
Out of
good.
Sight?
It's another Steven Soderbergh movie where it's like the humor is just seamlessly
yeah,
plugged
I remember
into
this.
every conversation. Like my favorite part is like George Clooney and Ving Rhames talking to each other in a hotel room, and Ving goes to toss him a beer, like, and they're just mid conversation, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I wonder where she's staying. I wonder." And he throws him a beer, and George Clooney doesn't catch it. He's looking at something, and it just goes over the railing, and like Ving Rhames just goes, "Jack." Like, what the fuck? And they just move on. It's just so, like, little dumb shit like that, like Guy Ritchie-esque type of quick humor that you're like, what the fuck just happened in that scene? I blinked and I missed the joke. It's that type of movie. It's great. Anyway, Jackie Brown is great, and it's moving on, and I concur with what everybody just said. Starship Troopers is still a great watch. That's our endorsement for that movie. Officially from this podcast.
Would you like to know more?
Go watch it. I'm sure people would like to know more. Clearly. It's afraid! Alright, so...
It's afraid!
The next matchup is probably could be the toughest. These two are closest fuck together in my top 10. But it's Gattaca versus Chasing Amy. And I'm pretty sure... God damn it, I'm fucking first. Alright,
have fun.
I'm gonna go with you know what? Which movie has the most stories shared about injuries when going down on somebody? I'm gonna go with Chasing Amy.
Oh, that's a good metric. Yeah,
it's a good metric.
Yeah.
Piss jokes and going down on people. Stories about that. I'm gonna go with Chasing Amy. There's so much. Oh god, there's so much to love about that movie. Gattaca is great. Again, highly underrated. Like, it's like primer underrated to where, like, you have to tell people about it, and there's kind of a cult following there because people that do love it, like, have seen it, do love it, and they're very vocal about it because of its concept and stuff like that. Chasing Amy, though, is kind of a no-brainer for me in terms of the writing and stuff and the characters. The directing was good. Like, I can't even remember, like, a specific directing moment that really, like, caught me and stuff. But it's a very conversational movie, but not in a Richard Linklater way where it's like somebody clearly wrote these lines. You know what I mean? Like in Boyhood, when the boy is talking as a teenager, he's pontificating, and I don't believe a fucking word of it. Yeah. A, because the kid's not that good of an actor. And B, because teenagers just... I'm sorry. No, I didn't talk like that. No.
Yeah, right. I remember being dumb.
We said fuck a lot more.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking be on top of the fucking world. Fuck, man. I'm gonna fucking go places.
But here, it's just a natural... It's like Superbad types levels of natural conversations that you had with your friends at this age. I mean, because we're this age now, or they were a little bit younger at the time.
Yeah.
I'm going with Chasing Amy big time.
Cool.
JD, where you gone, brah?
Where am I gone, brah? All right. Well, hear me out. Gattaca, a movie about genetic perfection, largely. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's other things going on, but genetic perfection is, a major component.
Duh.
The genetics of Chasing Amy as a movie, fucking perfect for me. It's got everything I like in a good little... I mean, would you call it a rom-com? Would you slap it into that description?
I would, just if you wanted to give it a blanket genre, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because it stands out above your average rom-com for me.
Yeah,
sure.
I would do rom-com asterisk,
Yes, for sure. It's like, don't let me say this without qualifying it, please.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man, the characters are super relatable on just many levels outside of where they go within their own story.
Right.
And that Silent Bob monologue is his shining moment in, I think, pretty much every Kevin Smith movie that I've ever seen. I think that is my favorite Silent Bob moment. Because it means so much to the story itself. It's purpose,
crucial to it.
Whereas everything else is like throwaway.
It's the turning point,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of doesn't he do the whole proposition thing after
he learns
moment?
the wrong thing from the fucking...
Well, he does
not take the intended message from that at all, or he doesn't execute it well.
Right.
But yeah, man, Chasing Amy is a damn near perfect movie for what it is, for me. So let's put that bitch through.
Okay. Wow, the top four is like exactly how I'm imagining it. Kyle, where would you have voted on this one?
You know what? I would have definitely gone Chasing Amy just for all the stuff that y'all were saying. It is perfection. And, man, I laugh every time when that guy goes, fuck Lando Calrissian.
You're right.
God.
That whole character
every time I fucking crack up. Man, fuck Lando Calrissian.
It's like, you see this man right here? That's the devil. He walks off. Kid walks off and he's talking normally within like 5 seconds.
God.
It's great.
So good. Yeah, and it's just this really smart movie, man. It's just really, really smart. I like Gattaca. It's good, but like Chasing Amy, that's a great fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
I don't really have much else to say. Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's just get these semifinals out of the way. We're down to our final two matchups. First matchup, LA Confidential versus the BOG Knights. Boog Knights.
Boog Knights.
That's where you pick your nose at night and just wipe them on the floor. I don't know where
That's wipe them down.
I don't know why McConaughey's picking his nose in this scenario. In this round, it's... Oh, Kyle's first, because you just talked. So yeah, it's Kyle.
Oh my god. Oh no. So we were talking about Boog Knights and LA Cons. Jesus. Man. I'll probably go Boogie Nights on this one. Boogie Nights is one that I think we were talking about. LA Confidential is one that I just don't find myself returning back a lot to. But much like JD, I love detective noir, type films or whatever. Especially their time period, just really, really cool. Don't get enough of them. Really easy to do wrong, also.
True.
So we just don't. We get good ones. We get a lot of bad ones too. So when it's done right, it's really nice. But Boogie Nights. Gotta go with Boogie Nights, man. It's just a funner watch, and you can go back to that.
I agree.
And it's funny, It's at some points like you're like, oh my god, is this person gonna die? Like you care about the characters, as it's been said during this episode. But Boogie Nights for me. Boogie Nights hardcore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool, man. Well, that's the end of the episode. No, I'm kidding.
We ran out of steam, guys.
No, I'm next, unfortunately, and I'm pronouncing words like Al Sharpton or some shit. Not a racist thing. That's like the impression they do on SNL. Anyway, Boogie Nights. For what Kyle just said, that was exactly going to be like my wording and ruling on it. Was Boogie Nights is the one that you can revisit more frequently. And get more joy out of it and stuff like that. The LA Confidential is certainly watchable to a degree. Like you can take in more things as you watch it again, but ultimately, it's Boogie Nights is just one giant party for a good chunk of the movie, and it's so enjoyable because the characters are just so, god damn it, they have such great personalities. They're just very, they're kind of big they're just very specific personalities. I don't want to say they're big personalities because not all of them have big personalities. They're just very, unique, and more fascinating to watch. I don't know. Boogie Nights, that's the one for me. Yeah, that's definitely the one I would go back to the most. JD, where would you have voted on this one?
Boogie Nights has got Full Frontal done.
Oh, okay. It's got that deep. It's got that big deep.
I was going to say, if I needed a mic drop answer, I'd be like, Heather Graham's a porn star. I'm done.
That's all we need.
Oh, shit. Alrighty. Well, this takes us to our next matchup. Jackie Brown versus Chasing Amy. Amy's not an actual character in it, but, two women against each other. Stop pitting women against each other. So we can't do this round. We apparently can't do this round, according to laws made by, people that are... I'm trying to find the right word to use.
Yeah, we're not...
You can't pit women against each other, okay?
As straight white males, we're not allowed to use specific terminology, so... Even the things we thought we could use.
Right, yeah. I say retard a lot at work now. I feel like
I'd say it way too much, yeah.
I say it much more than I should.
Yeah, I didn't say it for like a good 10 years, and then suddenly I'm like going,
I cleaned up
somebody
my
get
head
this
a little
retard
bit,
off my
and
phone,
And
like,
I started saying it on the stream all the time, like, this is really retarded. And I'm like, ugh, I really need to dial that back.
Like, I need to take a shower after I say that. I'm
It
like, I'm
doesn't
not going to
affect me at all, but like, it's a losing battle to try and explain that to people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, dude. And then someone got me the other day. I was like, my niece is like special needs, so like I'm not offended by it. And they're like, dude, that's like saying you have black friends. And I'm like, it is kind of. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I know this one black guy. He's cool with me. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Wow, I never looked at it that way. So thank you for checking me.
Yeah.
Did they successfully check your privilege? Because
They checked my privilege, and I had to tickety check myself because I just wrecked myself. So.
Oh yeah, you did riggedy wreck yourself. That's what it sounds like. JD, you're first in this matchup.
Oh,
Oh fuck, I'm last. God damn it.
This fucking matchup is retarded.
Trying to get us pulled off the air.
So fucking tone
Hey,
deaf.
hey, let me tell you. It doesn't matter if you say something is retarded. You just don't call people a retard. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Sure.
Shock value. What? Well, there's no full frontal on this one for me to just fall back on. Now, these are two of my favorite movies that we had in this bracket. And Chasing Amy, I love those characters. It's not the only time you get to be with those characters at all. You've seen them in other things. Jackie Brown is self-contained, and it's got that Tarantino flair to it with the dialogue that you get. We've talked about Kevin Smith's and how they're very on par with one another. Mm-hmm. Man, Chasing Amy, I don't want to have to do this, but I got to go Jackie Brown. It's my number one, man.
Jackie Brown, all right.
Jackie Brown.
But we'll see where this goes. Kyle, you're next.
God. It's interesting that Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith would be up against each other because, I said this episode, these are dialogue masters. And these are both dialogue-heavy movies.
Yep.
Both kind of long. Both don't feel their length. You know.
Nope.
A lot of things similar going on with these movies. I think Quentin Tarantino's the better director. I think both of these movies were turning points in their career in terms of maturity and showing like everything that they've learned from their last few movies. For both of them, it's so strange how these movies parallel each other in so many ways. Right. So I have gotten nowhere in convincing myself what I want to choose. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push this. Can I push it?
No, I'm sorry. No.
Shit.
That's next week.
Push it. I'm trying not to let like new loves
push it through this wormhole.
Jesus Christ. Try not to let new loves eclipse old loves right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. But it's probably going to happen. I think Jackie Brown's just a better directed movie. I think it's just a better movie. And I think we all know Chasing Amy is Kevin Smith's movie. But not a lot of people know that Jackie Brown's like the fucking hidden or not looked at enough, Tarantino movie. So
it's the bastard stepchild of Tarantino.
It is, yeah. And there's people in my comments today who are like, "Nuh-uh, it's always been critically acclaimed." I'm like, no,
no.
Maybe critically acclaimed, but not popular.
Yeah, critically for sure, but not among friends.
But never popular amongst people.
Shit, guys, I worked at Blockbuster for 97. I was way before I worked at Blockbuster. Not way before. It's like 5 years, 6 years, or whatever. But still, I worked at Blockbuster and nobody fucking talked about it. So
yeah,
and all we did was talk about movies.
And I tell people, I'm like, go look at anybody's top 10 or top. I guess he's only directed nine Tarantino. Well, he's done 10.
Yeah.
So go direct his. Go. Jackie Brown's not in top 5 in most of those lists.
No,
right.
It's not.
Oh. So
And I think if most people say they have one Tarantino omission, it's that movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Big time. Yeah.
Because I've heard it I don't know. It's not my favorite, so I was just like, okay, well, I just won't see that movie then. Fuck all of you people. You've led me down a 30-year path of regrets. So, so thank you, Jackie Brown for me. I gotta go Jackie Brown.
Nice.
Cool.
That's what goes through, and I think I've honestly putting subjectivity aside, I would have put that through as well.
Cool.
Because I love Chasing Amy more. Chasing Amy and Boogie Nights are like the two that I just can watch all the fucking time if I have to. But Jackie Brown is, especially for its underratedness and underappreciatedness, it's just, those aren't words, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. People don't mention these in the same breath as Inglourious Bastards or... I don't want to say Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if it's up to Reservoir Dogs for me, but...
I think I have it above Inglourious if I had to rank them.
Really?
Personally.
I have it above Inglourious too. I think people love Inglourious more than I do, even though I totally recognize it as good as everyone says it is.
I love Hateful Eight more than everybody. I can say that for sure.
What's that?
I love Hateful Eight more than everybody.
Me too. Sure. Yeah, no, Hateful Eight's high on mine. I really like that movie.
Yeah,
I think
that's... Jackie Brown is top 5, but it's 5. Hateful Eight and Inglourious are above it.
It's probably 5. It might be 4 for me. I'd have to go check.
But yeah, obviously, top 2 would be Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs for me.
Same.
I think that would be for most people. I even, you know what? If we're talking bottom, I would even put Death Proof above both Kill Bills. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah,
because the stunts in that movie are goddamn insane. And
you know how much I love Death Proof. Man, that first Kill Bill movie is just like it screams to my little boy inside of me.
Oh,
just like,
okay.
Swords and people dying. By the way, like hundreds of people dying and swords, samurai sword. Yeah, it's just like it speaks to me on a very primitive level. So
I feel like I shit talked Django a little bit. It's still like number 6 for me, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Like, it's still a great movie. It's just, I don't think when you're comparing it to the rest of his work, I feel like Jackie Brown goes ignored and Django's talked about too much. That's all I'm saying.
I think that Django would be, and I like Django a lot. If the whole movie had Leonardo DiCaprio, that would have helped me like that movie. Or I'm sorry, that movie up that list a little more. Because those are my favorite scenes, and we'd take about 2 hours to get there. So
it's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, this brings us to the finals. I'm first, unfortunately. And I still feel like my vote won't matter.
Y'all just agree upon yourselves, so I don't have to make a decision.
All right.
Not gonna happen.
Right. So here we go. All right. Jackie Brown versus Boogie Nights. Both have great soundtracks too. These are
fantastic.
These are movies that are like feel like they're made in another era, but they came out in '97. They both feel like they were genuine. Boogie Nights is in the '70s and '80s, but it feels genuinely like it was made then and stuff. Especially when they start going in between like the documentary shit and the way that they filmed things back then. The shitty cop, whatever. I don't know. They wanted to make porn into something more than just fucking. Like Jack had that whole thing about. Jack, whatever. Burt Reynolds had that whole thing about we got to put a story in here so people, as he so eloquently put it, have something to stay for once they blow their load or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. People used to have to go to the theater to watch porn. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine how fucking awkward that is?
Imagine that?
Pee Wee Herman thought you could still do that.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, I had for those that you guys didn't hear it, but I had audio going because of the goddamn draft piece of shit. Get this fucking shit out of here. I don't care about no goddamn draft. All right, here we go. Sorry, I have a fantasy draft going while we're talking. Anyway. I'm going to go Boogie Nights, though.
Okay.
I think there's a little bit of a rewatchability edge. I haven't really tested it that much with Jackie Brown. I just know that I watched it recently, and it's goddamn incredible. That's all I can really say for that movie. Boogie Nights... is one that as soon as I finished watching it, which I let the same amount of time elapse that I hadn't seen Jackie Brown. Like it's been a long time. And I finished watching Boogie Nights and I was like, can I start this over? Is that okay? Like I feel weird, but I want to watch this movie like immediately all over again. I'm gonna have to go with Boogie Nights. I don't know. There's just so much going on in that movie. There's so much chaos in it too. Like in terms of the drug deal that goes bad. And they got like crazy ass 80s music playing in the background the entire time.
Oh man,
that was pretty nuts. Anyway, whatever. There's enough justifications out there. Just go watch Boogie Nights and you'll understand why I picked it. Boogie Nights is my pick.
Okay.
So JD goes next.
Oh man,
fuck!
What a predicament.
I fucking see where this is heading, and I hate it.
Yeah, Kyle, it's not going to be good for you. I'll tell you that. Man, I'm trying to find a reason to not pick Jackie Brown because I'll admit when we get done with this, I want to go watch some Boogie Nights. I really do.
I probably want to go. Yeah.
I want to go do copious amounts of drugs and go watch Boogie Nights. So, But I'm gonna stick with my number one because I love that movie so fucking much. It's so good. It's underrated as shit, and it deserves to win just so that however many people listen to this thing who've never seen it are convinced. So I hope that it grabs an AK-47 and kills every motherfucker in the bracket. So let's go Jackie Brown. Let's do it.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on, Kyle.
Jackie Brown. All right, Kyle.
New love or old love?
Oh my god. The anxiousness that this situation is causing me is making me want to throw up right now. I'm like dry heaving like deep. Jesus Christ. Sam Jackson has one of the greatest performances ever in Jackie Brown. What is his quote? I may be dumb and an ass, but I'm not a dumbass.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And all the stuff between like, you shot her? Couldn't you just hit her in the mouth? You know, he's fucking deplorable in this movie. But it's fun to watch, and everybody's great in this movie. And I can't believe who everybody is in this movie. What the fuck up? What's with this cast? Same said with the other movie that
incredible.
Against. Incredible for both of these movies. I will say that. Like subject matter wise, Boogie Nights is a little more, what I align with, just because it's porn, No, not to be funny. It's just,
I'm gonna get my rocks off.
it's just cool. It's 70s, it's 80s, it's drugs, it's that whole, gotta get the free love hippie movement in there a little bit, or the remnants of it, if you will. And I don't know, you get a lot of different elements of that of a couple different time periods, because you kind of see a shift in the movie where kind of things lead into the 80s, because it takes place in the 70s and the 80s, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Over his, it's over his career. Jackie Brown, though, God, that's new love versus old love, big time. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
I can't even say one has like better. Maybe Jackie Brown has more like fluid and organic dialogue, but like I like the dialogue in both. Like the writing in both movies are great. Fuck. I think I'm gonna have to go Boogie Nights on this one.
Okay. Okay.
Damn. The movie I voted for won. Damn.
Damn it.
No, you're mad. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
just moronic.
It is the movie that I'm probably going to find myself watching more throughout life. It's just it's a really fun movie. It's a lot of fun, and it's just crazy. It's a ride, I tell you. Whereas Jackie Brown, I can see Jackie Brown being a movie you kind of have to be in the mood for. But all the people saying it's slow and it's boring, I never felt that way at all. I was, I had to watch it in like spurts, and I was always eager to get back to it. I was so annoyed that life kept getting in the way. I'm like, fuck off. So, God, I really wish I could have chosen Jackie Brown, but Boogie Nights is, I think old love's got to prevail here.
All right.
Nice,
Fair
man.
enough. Fair enough.
Boogie Nights was the number one of the bracket, and I feel like it's justified, let me be honest with you.
Whatever, it's garbage.
Yeah.
But,
remember when I said I was going to go watch it after this? I lied.
Yeah, I was going to go watch it so that I could fucking break my DVD that I'm going to watch it on. Out of frustration.
Super thrilled. Boogie Nights. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch it again.
I am too. I can't be mad at this.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon, I think, still, so.
Is it?
Go get to it, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been this episode of Entertainment Champions Podcast. Thanks for listening to us. Boogie Nights is the shit. So go watch that, A, and B, that's really it. That's all there is to it. You can find me at Jeff Whitty, Widdy, on Twitter, and that's about it. Kyle, where can people find your shit, man?
You can find me over at sub-culture.com. I just had a meeting yesterday with the people who run the website. I have to start writing now, so...
oh, nice.
I told them that you just need to hold me accountable or I'm never going to fucking start, so...
Oh, man.
Hold me accountable. So, one a month, everybody. You get one. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably top 10 because I'm a BuzzFeed sellout.
I love that shit. That's what I did, too, when I wrote.
It's easy.
So, JD, you're not really anywhere, but how you doing?
Not anywhere, but I'm good. Thanks for asking. Glad we get to talk once a week. Just on this thing.
And
we don't talk any other time,
I'm glad we save this for the very end of the podcast, so like all this formality. Like, by the way, how you doing?
Yeah, it's like, by the way, after we gotten done dissecting each other's choices and criticizing, how the fuck are you?
Well, you did choose Boogie Nights, so I'm real bad.
Well, I was good until you didn't fucking pick Jackie goddamn Brown, you fucking idiot.
Salty.
No, not salty at all, man. Come on,
It's a good one.
There could have been like 6 different movies that would have won this, and I think we could be like, okay.
If Chasing Amy,
wouldn't have felt
Jackie
bad if
Brown, or
Chasing
Boogie
Amy
Nights
won.
would have won, I would have felt happy with all three of those.
Yep, I'd have been happy with LA Confidential too. Shit.
If it somehow snuck in there, if y'all somehow got all way through. I probably wouldn't have put up much resistance either. So
Yeah.
Shit, man, I'm fucking thrilled that we did this one because years are fun, man. Because it's
They
a
are.
toss. It's really a toss up.
Yeah.
Like we'll probably do some more years shit. I think next week we're gonna do we're gonna try something different. We're gonna do something in regards to music with 1997.
Nice.
And we're just gonna do a top 10 list because it's fucking impossible to rank
yeah.
music. Like
Music speaks to people in different like languages, man. Like,
not,
you know,
I mean, not just that, but like if I don't like a certain genre, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, man. Yeah, I should vote for that because objectively it's a better song. What?
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
can I even argue
is
that?
There even? I don't know. That's a really music's hard,
Right?
Man. Yeah.
Like, we can all agree Barbie Girl's a terrible song, which was 97, by the way. But in terms of, like, what's really great, how do you rank a number one? It's just impossible.
What about Thong Song? Was that year?
No, that was 99.
Ah, damn.
It's way later.
No, I know my thong song shit. All right. So stay tuned for that, and we'll probably try to do some more year shit after that because this is fun. Like, 87's a big year for movies, like a big one, in terms of like all the iconic ones. So I mean, we'll probably
Like
try
what?
to do that one.
Platoon.
What?
Platoon, Full Metal Jacket,
that
RoboCop,
shit. Oh, that
Lethal
shit.
Weapon.
Just a couple.
Oh, that
ones.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that
a couple,
shit.
A couple ones you may have never heard of.
Okay, fine. Maybe I'll do it.
Hold on, I'm not done. Princess Bride, Untouchables,
Whatever.
Facebook,
Whatever.
Spaceballs,
Whatever.
Evil Dead 2, Predator, Dirty Dancing.
All top 10 material right there.
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet.
Anyway, that's all we got this week, so stay tuned for Skirt There and the next week.
Can't wait.
Burk.
Oh, high pitch ending! Oh God! What do we do?